Good morning. It's turned out nice again. How's it going, guys? You're just having a cup of tea, just having a little tea break. I'm writing an editorial today for KopTalk. My first of the year. I only wrote 4, I think, last year, 3 or 4 last year, which I think kind of shows my lack of enthusiasm. And there's a reason for that, and that's why I'm writing the editorial. And in a nutshell, it's about, the ownership debate and how the fans are arguing, how it's so toxic and how I don't like it, whether you're on that side or that side. It just gets on my nerves, And one thing that, comes up in the editorial today is, the top reds that you guys call top reds. A few months ago, I didn't even know what that meant, top reds, because I don't interact with these people on Twitter or anything. And you guys told me what it meant, so I've got a good idea of that now. They will, oppose Middle Eastern investment or whatever, and they bring up these reasons, like the way that gays are treated in that country, or, the way that women are treated in not that country, that region. I was thinking of Qatar, and I just find it like so much hypocrisy. I think it was, what was that? Was it? So I'm sure I had it on my phone this morning. 1 minute, guys. Colorado Springs, there was, a gay bar I don't think it was too long ago, someone, went in and executed loads of gays, shot them because they were gay. But the top reds don't mention those issues in America, for example. Or, I saw in the news this week, because I've been following some stuff in South Carolina, a trial that I've been following there. So I've been getting news come up to do with South Carolina. Well, lawmakers there are proposing a bill that would basically enable the death penalty to be handed out to women that have an abortion, if that becomes law, right? So, if could you imagine if we were talking about that with Qatar or a country out in the Middle East, saying, "Oh, look how they treat the women," but in America, the land of the free, they're talking about the ability to execute women. For the death penalty. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of, whether that will come into fruition or not, I don't know. But, abortion laws in America in certain states are terrible, very disrespectful towards women. And I don't really have an opinion about that. I'd like to make that perfectly clear. What I mean by that is when someone has strong political views, they tend to all fall into one camp that opposes something by default, or, I have no interest in abortion laws, right? My personal views with abortion is, the woman, it's her body. I don't know. There has to be some responsibility somewhere on the line, I guess, in terms of how long, how many weeks progress or months before it's applicable, health reasons, was she raped and all that. It's a whole big subject. It's all political. And my point here is, we see these people putting down the Middle East region and those countries because of these issues about, they don't look after the women, they don't look after the gays and all that. And, look what's happening in America. So for me, I thought it would be a good time to have new ownership, like a reset, because I'm sick of seeing the fans arguing. I'm sick of this divide, the fans on that side, fans on that side. The constant discussions about out-of-town support, local support. I'm trying to emphasise or make it clear in that you shouldn't put someone in a category, and just because one group might be saying one thing doesn't mean that they represent the entire Liverpool supporters, for example. Just like if some clown online that is an out-of-town online supporter or whatever doesn't necessarily represent my views, And my whole point of the editorial is to say I am sick to fuck of all of it, sick to fuck of all of it, sick to fuck of FSG, sick to fuck of the ownership situation, sick to fuck of the top reds, sick to fuck of the out-of-town online supporters when they let themselves down, basically sick to fuck of everybody. And all I want to do is watch football. All I want to do is watch football and just have ambitious owners that support, football. I don't care where they come from, just be nice, and caring and want to do the right thing for the club. In the editorial, I talk about, my views about FSG. I don't, honestly, whether you think it or not, I don't place myself in an in or out camp because I agree with some points from both sides. My own personal opinion is I think they've been good owners for Liverpool Football Club. Not the best, not the worst, I think they've taken us as far as they can. I don't think minor investment will solve anything. And I would just think that it would be good to see a change, for the good of the club and for the fan base as a whole. Just so that, and I know it's not a feeling that I share exclusively, because obviously on the members' website, I speak to Liverpool fans on there every day, and it upsets me when I see them arguing with each other and bitching with each other, which isn't too bad on the members' website, to be fair, but it's still there. And, they'll tell some people, when I say, look, I'm sick of it, people say to me too, Dunk, me too. So I don't know what the solution is. I've got to the point now where I'm sick of debating it. I had some hope back in November that maybe we would see a change. I've kind of lost that hope now. I've kind of given up on all that. So can we just go back to football? We're playing Real Madrid tonight. All right, it's not... do you mind? Why do you always start biting your legs, licking your dick and all that, and your ass, right? When I start recording a video, I've been sat, writing this editorial for a couple of hours. He's not moved. I start talking to you guys. He's like, give me some attention. Look what I can do with my leg and my dick. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sick of it, guys, basically. We're playing Real Madrid. All right, we don't expect to get anything from that. But, as football supporters, I want to be talking about that. I guarantee you, we lose to them or whatever. If it goes bad, which which I guess many of us expect, it'll be, this is exactly what happens under FSG, every single thing. Yesterday we had the ticket prices thing, another excuse to jump on them. It's just, I don't want to defend FSG, but the whole point here is I don't want to defend them and I don't want to criticise them either. I want to go back to the days where we just put football on and watched it. Do you know what I mean? And that to me is where there's a problem. There's a problem there. And I think the only way it'll ever be solved is if they sell. Hey! Knock it off, you black and white fucking idiot. Smooth black and white. Sorry, Smooth. I don't know if I mentioned this in the video earlier, but Smooth was saying to me earlier, or recently, because we talk about people that get offended today, what you can say, can't say. We get people that are offended, and he's like, Dunk, imagine what it's like being me. I'm neither black or white, so I get attacked from both sides, which I thought was really funny, bless him. But he don't get upset, there's so many people get upset today by everything. I've got gay friends, they're like, I don't know what the gays are arguing for. I'm all right, no one said anything to me. I've got black friends, brown friends, white friends, whatever colour you want to be. And they fall into these, minority categories, and they're like, well, don't offend me, you know what I mean? I even know someone that, well, I don't know what he is now. He was a man, and then he started getting boobs. Well, no, I've got boobs, to be honest. But intentionally, he started wearing a frock and all that. I mean, I don't know, it's really weird because he's like a lad's lad as well. He loves his football, loves getting lashed up and that, and a pizza and everything. I mean, all right, okay, girls can do all that stuff too, but what I mean is he's a lad's lad. And then he became Mrs. Doubtfire kind of thing, you know what I mean? But he never got offended either, these people that get on trains now and they get offended if it says, welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And you get these people going, how dare you? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, he's like, I don't fucking get... I hate all them people. If you're one of them people that gets offended by anything, get the fuck off this channel because I ain't got time for you. We should all get along. That's all I think. I know that's impossible. I rate people or judge people on how they are in society. So if you're a good egg, you'll do for me. Don't care what you are, what skin colour you are. Don't care who you're back for or whatever. I couldn't give a shit about anything like that. Hate it. So anyway, do you know what? You're probably thinking, what's this got to do with Liverpool? Well, it's got a lot to do with Liverpool because these topics, these political topics are crossing into the ownership debate. The Middle East, the Arabs, the bad people because of the way they treat the gays and the women. But I see that happening in America as well. But apparently, American ownership's all right. I don't know. I'm not blaming FSG either. What I've seen people. This is what I mean by some of the online out of town supporters that are saying, well, FSG, they're American, they support the American government. It's like, wind your neck in. You're just as fucking bad. Do you know what I mean, guys? So basically, we've gone over this a million times before. But that's what I'm doing my editorial about today. Because I want to start writing about think, like transfers and, results and things like that. I want to do videos with you. Saturday night streaming on here, we have a good crack, but we end up talking about, journalists, the clique of journalists patronising supporters. We talk about fans arguing with each other, and I'm sick of it, mate. I'm sick of it. I'm really, really sick of it. And please don't take that the wrong way if you fall into one of them categories of being passionate enough that you care, that you raise these things. I'm talking about people on every side here. Get the fuck down, or you'll be put down. Don't stare me out. I'll win. He's literally about to jump on. He's putting his paws on. Get down. If you knock that tripod, you'll be hell on. Get fucking down. Sick of it. Sick of it. I just think a change of ownership would be a good thing. And I always see this. Whenever something happens like this, when the fans are usually toxic and arguing with each other. Really? When the fans are toxic and arguing with each other, it's usually because a manager is under pressure, right? So, like, if the manager's maybe under pressure. So think back to Brendan Rodgers. For a long time, we had fans arguing. No, he's the best thing ever. No, we should get rid of him. No, we should stick with him. And blah, blah, and it's like that for ages and ages. And eventually something gives. And that's why I think something will give with the owners. My concern is if they secure minor investment, which I think they have ready to push over the line if they choose to do so. I think that it buys them time. I think it'll buy them another 5 to 8 years. That's my prediction. And I just don't want to go through it. I can't. Because if they turn around and secure minor investment and we move forward, I guarantee you every issue that crops up over each of those years, we'll have to have a massive debate about them again. And I'm sick of it. So I think I'm making my point clear today. I'm sick to fuck of all of it. How are you doing anyway? Do you know what I was thinking as well? Those ticket price increases that were announced yesterday, why were they announced yesterday? Why has that just come out? I've been thinking about it. There's, these people usually do something for a reason. And when I say do something for a reason, I mean, there's not always a conspiracy theory here, but I'm just looking at, I've seen the patterns of what they do before. So it wasn't really great news because some people took it badly, which I thought was ridiculous. You can't complain. Oh, punch your fucking face. You can't complain about a £1 increase in 8 years. If you weren't lovely, I'd kick your teeth in. I know. Hey, look, do you see this? Do you see this door here? Come here. Look, outside, look. Amazing. Thick cunt. Yeah, £1. You can't complain about that. So, was it good news that they brought out yesterday or bad news? I'm just trying to, is it just, no, it's just a timely announcement was the right time. I don't know, there's been changes with people returning to the club, the setting up the future. I just don't know. Don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I don't know if, sometimes I think they do things to test the water, test the mood of the fan base. And I think the mood of the fan base generally yesterday was understandable. Plenty of people would argue that there's other ways they could raise money, but, I don't think it's worth having an issue fit about. But I'm just wondering if there's something else to come. They need to... I think they need something good to happen to, because football fans are quite fickle, really. The ones that are screaming and shouting FSG out, many of them, sorry, I'm just seeing something pop up on my screen over there. Many of them will forget all that if they get Bellingham and something else, something good happens. I don't know. But you know what? I'm at the point now where I think I might become a top red and just start seeing everything in a positive way, because will our lives be a lot more enjoyable? I really don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm sick of talking about it. And here I am again talking about it. So, I've finished my cup of tea. Remy stressed me out. I'm going to go back over there. I would like to get a podcast out today, but I'm not sure I can do that. If you go to KopTalk.com at some point later today, you'll see the editorial. It'll be on the members' website as well, of course. And that's about it. I just want to watch football, guys. That's all I want to do is watch football. You know, that's it. As for Saturday night streaming, are we having one this Saturday? What do you think? Should we give it a miss or should we do one? I don't know what to do. You've no idea how much it all brings me down. No idea. And people would say, well, if it bothers you, remove yourself from it. But how do I remove myself from it when this is what I'm here for, to talk about it? I guess the only thing I can do is continue to be honest, or try and be honest about how I feel. You know, rather than coming on here going, oh yeah, guys, you know, I'm pretending everything's hunky-dory when it's not, you know. Speak to you in a bit, guys. All right, I'm all right. I'm just thinking about that editorial that I've been writing, and you know, I want that to be like the close of it. Really, I don't want to write any more editorials about it. I want to write about football, happy times. I want people to be happy. I want the fans to be happy. Is what I mean. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know. Anyway, speak to you in a bit.